everyone. Welcome to Wilkes Now. A reminder, you can now watch the show live on YouTube. I'm Michaela Oliverio.
And I'm Allison Cibulka.
So Allison, did you watch the Grammys?
Yes, I did, and I was blown away. I don't know if you were watching the news this week, but it was all over the news. Adele actually gave half of her Grammy to Beyonce, and even included Beyonce in her acceptance speech. It was great. It was the most beautiful piece of good sportsmanship I've ever seen in my life.
That's pretty amazing. Are you a fan of the Peanuts gang? Join Charlie Brown, Sally, Lucy, Schroeder, Linus, and Snoopy on their adventures in the musical You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, this weekend and next weekend. The Wilkes University Theater Program will put up the show this Friday and Saturday at 8 p.m. and Sunday at 2 p.m., as well as the following weekend. Tickets are free for students and faculty if you show your ID at the entrance. Now let's take it to Kylie at this year's showing of the Vagina Monologues.
The Vagina Monologues, at Wilkes University, we do this annually. It's basically a program that's involved with the V-Day movement. It aims to educate the public and Wilkes University campus about violence against women and children.
Amazing. No, it's great. Having everybody come in together and just have such a great vibe. We're all in it for the same thing.
Yeah, it's just really great working in the same campus, same environment. It's just great all coming together and be able to work for this certain cause.
Awesome, thank you guys. What made you decide to come today, and was it anything like you expected it to be?
Well, my girlfriend was part of it, and it wasn't anything I expected it to be. Well, I mean, I expected it to be sort of like an empowering thing for females and something to get
What was it like being one of the only males in the audience?
It was definitely uncomfortable, but also interesting at the same time because I feel like I got an insight of how females felt about themselves and their bodies.
And what did you think overall?
I thought it was great. It was really interesting to watch. There was some that was pretty funny. There was some that were really deep and meaningful, and I had a great time.
Thank you.
Save the date. The AmeriCorps Vista Office of Civil Engagement and the Office of Diversity Initiatives invite you to donate or model beautifully, gently used prom attire. If you have old dresses and tuxedos, feel free to donate it to a great cause. Donated items will be available after our event at the local Cinderella's Closet, which promotes high-end prom attire to low socioeconomic status communities. If you are interested in being a model or donating clothing, please contact justin.davis at wilkes.edu or erica.acosta at wilkes.edu. The fashion show will be on April 7th at 6 p.m. in UConn. So anyone who has ever dreamed of strutting their stuff down the runway, here is your chance. It also seems to be a great way to get rid of some closet clutter. Thank you. Wilkes Now will be right back.
Your neighborhood to your naturehood. Find fun activities to do, like boating and biking, or camping and hiking, plus much more. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back. Attention all Wilkes students. If you are currently studying a major that isn't satisfying you, then maybe you should think about switching your major. Your advisor here at Wilkes can help you change your major to something else. It is even possible to add a major or minor to a pre-existing major. Wilkes University wants to make sure every student graduates with a degree that they are satisfied with. Now, let's take it over to Sports Now with special guest Coach Barnes from the men's and women's swimming program.
Hey everybody, welcome to Sports Now. I'm Luke Bedrowski.
And I'm Mark McCaskey. Today we have men's and women's swimming coach Mark Barnes with us.
Coach, thanks for joining us.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for having me.
First, we're going to talk about where do you compare this year's team to the last 2 seasons that you've coached?
Well, this season's a little different. This year we actually have 2 recruiting classes in, freshman and sophomore, compared to the last 2 seasons where we just had a lot of people on campus just walking onto the team. So now we're actually getting swimmers in here who have club background, who are swimming 12 months a year and are getting us there to where we need to be.
That makes sense. So we obviously talked to a little bit before about your younger class. A lot of just not experienced swimmers, but now I think you're finally getting to the point where they're going to become collegiate swimmers and really hope to compete at the MAC championships.
So Coach, what have you learned from coaching swimming at a high school level that you've incorporated into your tenure here at Wilkes?
Well, there's the biggest part, the difference from high school to college is definitely the recruiting. With high school, you know, you basically take everybody that wants to come out for the team. The biggest thing I've learned is, you know, when I was coaching high school, I had several successful programs. I had 7 district championships over the 9 years that I coached. So the biggest thing is just going from a brand new program and starting from the ground up. So I've taken a lot of the stuff that I've learned and what works and what doesn't work. And even though you're still processing every year of what you need to do and what you need to change. We just finished with championships and I'm already thinking about next season already.
So tell us about some of your swimmers on this year's team. Who would you say has really stepped up? First, we'll talk about the men's side.
I'm a coach that believes that not just one person makes a team. Yeah, I mean, you can go everywhere from team captain to Chris Bright, who's been my right hand and left hand person since the team formed 3 years ago. Peter Fino, great inspirational motivator for our team, like really gives the pep talks in the beginning. You have the Perfinowitz twins, who come in middle of the season and really helped us out. And then you go all the way down to the freshmen with Tyler Weatherby and Nick Walker and all those kids who come in. So it's been more of a team aspect. You know, with swimming, it's a little different. You know, yeah.
Talk about.
We have one senior on the team, Cassie Mooring. She's been on the team since we started. We have no juniors on the team this year, so we are young. Sophomores, I have 3 a lot of records this past week.
What's the future looking like?
1 junior male, 2 sophomores, so we're very young. We're very freshman heavy, and that sort of in a way hurts us right now because we're just so young. But within 2-3 years, you know, when the freshmen are juniors, seniors, we're going to be very competitive. We have a very, very strong recruiting class coming in this year. We have a top 25 state qualifier for the men's side and a top 20 female recruit coming in as well with a lot of other strong recruits to help us for next season.
Next year, they just finished up the MAC championships this year, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
And thanks for coming on.
Yes, nice to be here. Thanks, Luke, Mark.
We will be right back after this short public service announcement.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
You just heard from Coach Barnes talk about both the men's and the women's swimming team. We're both looking forward to seeing this young team compete going forward.
Well, men's basketball will not be returning to the postseason after an 85-81 loss to Misericordia Saturday afternoon. The Cougars were able to clinch the last Middle Atlantic Freedom Conference postseason berth. Your Colonels will play the Monarchs from King's College and Eastern University in their final 2 games of the season.
Penkel Chandler, Jesse Lopez, and Nick Ranicelli were the lone victors in a wrestling defeat to Ithaca College, the current 16-17 campaign, before heading to the Mid-East Regionals hosted by York College at the end of the month.
Coach Chris Light was recently named Professional Tennis Registry Jim Verdict College Coach of the Year. Light's tenure includes 49 all-conference selections. The women's tennis team has won the last 10 straight MAC Freedom Conference titles, and the men's team has won the past 9. His combined record of 408 wins and 92 losses, meaning 80% of his matches have been victories.
Junior women's basketball player Sarah O'Hara was recently named the Mid-Atlantic Conference Student Athlete Advisory Committee President. O'Hara, who is also the current president of the Wilkes Committee, will take over in the fall.
The MAC Freedom Coaches polls have been released for the spring season. Men's and women's tennis were both picked to finish in first. Baseball tied, Kings for fourth. Softball was picked 7th. Women's lacrosse was picked 4th. And men's lacrosse was picked 8th. That's all we have for you today on Sports Now. I'm Luke Madrowski.
And I'm Mark Mikowski. Back to the anchor desk for more.
Thank you, gentlemen. It's always great to hear from you guys. Money is always tight when you're a college student. Sometimes that can mean giving up a meal to be able to afford things like housing or tuition. But there is help for any student or faculty in need. The Colonel's Closet, Wilkes University's food pantry, is available to all students and staff who may be in need of assistance. It is located in room 202 of the Henry Student Center. Shelves are stacked with various food and toiletry items. It is open Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, and Fridays from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., and Thursdays from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Please stop by if you could benefit from this service. Confidentiality will be ensured. Don't go anywhere. Wilkes Now will be right back.
Your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Of a bicycle.
On March 14th, Wilkes University will have its Career Day. The event will take place in the Yukon Rack from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Employers from the local community will be available to talk to students to help you land an internship for this summer or future semesters. Now, let's check out the recent Special Olympics event held on the Wilkes campus. I apologize. We will now be going to connect with the Colonel with Amanda Bialik.
Hi everyone, I'm Amanda Bialik. Welcome to Connect with the Colonel, our segment where we catch up with alumni and see what they are doing now. Today I'm here with Julia Panzita. Hi Julia, how are you?
I'm good, how are you, Amanda?
I'm good, happy to have you here today.
I'm glad to be here.
So, to begin, when did you graduate and with what degree from Wilkes?
I graduated in December 2013 with a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology.
Awesome.
And because while I was at Wilkes, I worked as a tutor, I worked in the writing center, I worked as a supplemental instruction leader, so I had a lot of people experience. So even though I didn't have experience with the homeless community, that experience working with people was definitely transferable and those people skills definitely helped me in my first job after I graduated.
And where do you currently work?
Right now I work here at Wilkes. I am the assistant director for a year and a half.
And what's a typical workday like for you?
Well, But my job basically entails administering and analyzing surveys to the Wilkes University students, providing reports to senior administration on things on campus, whether that's retention or graduation rates. I also fill data requests. So if someone on campus has a question, so like what groups of students are more likely to graduate, or is there a certain factor that makes students more likely to retain at Wilkes? I do the research to answer those questions. My office is also responsible for reporting to the government.
Okay, and what do you find most enjoyable about your job?
To read their responses. I love the comments they leave. I think that's the best. And analyze the results and see the trends. Wilkes really does take the surveys very seriously, and that's how we best serve students, by finding out what they need, what they want out of Wilkes.
What was a favorite memory of yours back when you were here studying at Wilkes?
My senior year, I went to the Women's Studies Conference in Philadelphia, the Pennsylvania Conference for Women, with Dr. Jennifer Thomas and another student and some other professors from Wilkes, and we got to hear Hillary Clinton speak.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it was the most amazing experience. I was in tears the whole time. It was incredible. And we also went the year before, and I got to meet Cheryl Strayed, who wrote the book Wild. And so those were two really neat experiences.
That's awesome.
They were really fun.
Now, if you could do it all over again, would you choose Wilkes University?
I would. I definitely think Wilkes gave me a lot of transferable skills that have helped me in this job and in my last job. I definitely credit my Wilkes education.
Well, thank you very much for being here with us today.
Amanda.
We really enjoyed having you on the show.
Thanks.
Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Amanda. So this is something I'm really excited about. My family has a lot of Southern influence in it, and one thing I've always loved is country music. And I'm excited to say that some country superstars are coming to Wilkes-Barre. Tickets are on sale now for this year's spring concert featuring Frankie Ballard and co-headliners Low Cash. The show is March 19th at 7 p.m. at the FM Kirby Center for Performing Arts. Get your tickets in the Henry Student Center, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Friday. Student tickets are $10, which, to see these two really great acts, isn't much at all. I hope to see you there.
Thanks. That's all the time we have for today. Just a reminder, you can watch us live every Tuesday on Service Electric Channel 97 at 12 noon. Or you can check us out live on YouTube.
And just in case you missed it, our broadcast re-airs every weeknight at 7:30 p.m. From all of us here at Wilkes Now, thank you very much for watching and have a great week.